What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about GTA 6 yet again. And look, it's a new week, which means it's a new time to put together some missing pieces and figure out when the trailer of GTA 6 is going to drop. I just find it funny. Honestly, let me just cut through the BS here. I find this whole thing, as time goes, I'm not as entrenched in the GTA community as other people. I think there's honestly some kind of almost disgusting behavior. There was some GTA verified accounts on Twitter that talked about, joking, maybe not joking, that Rockstar started those California fires as promotional stuff for GTA. People, I just think, have gotten bored and they turn to just being really, really stupid. When you're bored, you tend to kind of go that way anyway. But no, you've seen some crazy stuff. And, when it comes to these, figuring out when these trailers are going to come out, look, I respect the hustle to a degree. I think that there's a lot of leaps you have to do. It's never right. You can look at the title, as I want to lean into that. These people are never, ever, ever right. They do go based off of historical events. They do go based off of history of when did X thing happen for GTA 5 or Red Dead 2 and try to match it up. It's rooted a little bit in that history, right? And a little bit where you can kind of follow it through. And I like a good conspiracy, okay? So I'm never going to fully shut these things down. But let's be real. Every time we get this stuff, it amounts to nothing. Honestly, I think that Rockstar does it purposely because it does blow up. You have these verified accounts, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are looking, and they just come up with this stuff based off the most recent picture that Rockstar does, and Rockstar, I think, plants that in them, and then ultimately Rockstar does nothing, and ultimately we keep I'm kind of smaller, I would say, as opposed to some of these other ones, but the community kind of feeds itself and keeps itself alive. Why does Rockstar have to do anything when people just come up with the craziest theories of all time? We carry the load for them, right, in a sense. So what is this? Well, this is the belief that January 30th is the new day. So I'm going to take this from videogamer.com. A new speculation surrounding the GTA trailer 2 release date has risen and is currently said to be January 30th. After the most recent post made by Rockstar Games went viral. Again, Rockstar, right? Coming from them, it's all a plant. It's an inside job. The post refers to a new vehicle named Vapid Dominator GT that GTA Plus subscribers can claim in GTA Online. The image shared on the post contains the image of the vehicle and a red container next to it with cryptic numbers written on it. Upon looking at the post, one theorist on Reddit shared their speculation as they said the following. Guys, the date is approaching. As we know, Take-Two Interactive's next earnings call is February 6th. If we look back at the last two major Rockstar Games releases, we can see an interesting pattern. Both were announced on a Thursday. GTA 5 release date announced on the January 31st of 2013, which is a Thursday, and Red Dead 2 release date announced on February 1st, 2018, which is a Thursday. The user further continued to prove their claim for the GTA 6-2 trailer release date and said, now take this into consideration. Look at the recent post. If you add the numbers they shared, 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 9 plus 3 equals 30, with the number 2 standing out, perhaps hinting at a possible second trailer. And guess what? January 30th falls on a Thursday. Here we go again. Again, there's part of me that honestly loves it. I said that with the moon theory. These things are fun. And honestly, let's not take them too seriously, okay? So just don't take anything too seriously online, for the love of God. But, again, there's a part of that that's kind of exciting and kind of I can almost follow. I'm a big Kingdom Hearts guy. Kingdom Hearts has a lot of numbers and 13 and 7 and stuff like that. I can get down with that, all right? But at the end of the day, here's what I would actually say. The fact is, when you look at what those other games, they mentioned the last two major Rockstar games, when they were announced, the release date, versus when they came out, and also versus earnings calls when that would happen, that would actually be the info that I would double down on. If I'm thinking that a release date is going to drop the very end of this month or early February, which by the way, it could, right? But if you're going to do that, or if you're going to think that, to me, I would actually go based off of that, right? We've said it 1,000 times. Obviously, very obviously, you've got to give the date. Okay, you got to give the date eventually. Now, worst case scenario is I guess they still say it's coming out fall of 2025 at that earnings call on February 6th, right? Best case scenario is a few days before then they actually give the date and then they just reconfirm it at the earnings call, right? But there is history. See, there's history to kind of back that up. The thing is, that post, that picture, again, as I said before, and with the moon theory and with a lot of the other stuff, is, they posted it and they control how many posts are, 27 versus 26, whatever the number was. They control all of that stuff. So, I will say credit to them, credit to Rockstar, maybe not even credit to us, but credit to Rockstar, because I do honestly think that they do these things very aware, very knowing of what people are going to do with it. And again, people I think do far more than Rockstar could ever do. At the same time, I guess that's technically not true, right? Because if they do a legitimate second trailer, that is more than any one individual, any one creator can possibly obtain, right? So it's true to a sense in the fact that they don't really have to worry about it. They can take it at their own pace. And if they ever feel like they're losing interest, just drip feed something kind of silly. People will take it too far, and then you'll get your excitement right from the internet, and you have to do literally nothing except for give the picture that has numbers that if you add up, and you have to assume that 2 that stands out means the second trailer and not a number that would influence those dates or would influence the month or would influence anything else, which is also a stretch, right? You're assuming that 2 means something very specific. If it doesn't mean what you think it means, then it kind of throws the whole thing off. So we'll see what happens. But again, it's going to happen eventually. I honestly think we would get a release date around the same time as the trailer. So, or even before. I don't know necessarily. I don't know too much about the history of which came first, in the past, but I would imagine they would be pretty close to each other. So we'll see. We'll see. I just hope it doesn't get delayed. I mean, that's as far out as I want to go. I mean, yeah, you're going into the fall, but I just don't want it to be pushed to 2026. If it does, though, I've said this actually before, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal because it becomes still the biggest thing that's going to come out whenever it comes out, whether it comes out October or January 2026, it's still going to be massive. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.